Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to Beating the Press podcast. I am your host, Rafa. Now, coming up in today's review, we're going to be looking at the two exciting matches which took place over the weekend. Spurs running away 2-1 winners over Brighton. And of course, the big one ending in a 2-2 draw, Liverpool versus Arsenal. And of course, with that result, the title race now is wide open. Now, joining me to review these two matches, we have returning to the platform, we have Speedy.
Big up to the viewers and subscribers. I'm here to return.
And also we have with us Supah Size.
Yeah, back with the man of the time, man of the hour, Speedy,
Well, welcome, gentlemen. We are going to kick the ball off right away. We're going to start by looking at that rather controversial game. Lots of interesting talking points. Spurs versus Brighton. Speedy, you saw the game. What were your thoughts on the result?
I mean, if you could ever call a game a smash and grab, that would be a prime example of what I thought. Brighton, barring probably a 10-minute period, dominated the game. I don't know. I think the standards of refereeing in England has really dropped. I think maybe it's because you have probably the best league in the world. You need a bit of controversy, so that is the reason why they. I mean, the refereeing this year has been atrocious. I think they have had to apologize to Brighton on three different fronts for poor calls against that team. And I was a Brighton fan right now, I'm fuming. But as it relates to the game, I thought Spurs created little. They didn't look threatening any at all. You wouldn't believe that this was a team chasing the top four. And Brighton, they look like at any point, they could have scored, they could have got that Mitoma, the handball for Fiber that Mitoma was there, that was so blatant. Sometimes you have to wonder why these referees have VAR, because if it's not a clear and obvious error, we can see in real time that it's still an error. So why doesn't VAR address these things? And they stick to the RFE decision, and it's really unfortunate, that these, be punished for, poor refereeing decisions and, have no form of recourse, nothing to get back these points. If I was a Brighton fan, I'd be living right now. As for the game, Spurs have been awful footballing wise the entire season, barring Cologne. You wouldn't really expect much from Spurs. Brighton has been as a football playing team. I thought they had proper spells in the game, and they should have came out winners. That's what it is.
Yes, definitely. Some very interesting calls there by the referee, and of course the video assistant referee as well. Spurs running away 2-1 winners.
2-1
Right, but it was Brighton who really dominated possession. It was Brighton who was basically taking the game to Spurs, creating a number of chances, scoring a number of goals, which were chalked off, Mitoma had one, which I thought wasn't a handball, and it was called back for handball. Welbeck had a shot which deflected off McAllister, and again, that was deemed to come off his hand when, for me as a neutral looking on, that seemed to have just clipped his hip and gone in. So these were some decisions, as well as there was a penalty shout as well, which was also turned down by the referee. So in about 4 occasions, you could say VAR came under scrutiny. And for me, Brighton just got the bitter end of the stick. And again, usually when these things happen, it is the team which the results doesn't go in favor of that leave with 0 points. And then, of course, we are hearing now that the referees are coming out apologizing. But the game is already lost, and with the big money EPL, what if Brighton was a team, battling for relegation, and these would have been three critical points lost as a result of poor refereeing decision?
Very
I,
true, very true.
it's something we definitely need to look at. But bringing you in at this point, dear Super Size, what were your take on this fixture, and of course on the refereeing decisions?
This sum up nutshell. As you know, I had a fiction for Tottenham as my EPL side. For the past years, it's dwindled, and this is one of them. Tottenham cluster in every shape. I don't know why they're even a football club at this point. The two person that score is what is keeping Tottenham alive right at this moment. Lackluster style.
Kane and Son.
Conte, every yes, evidently. If anybody with two common sense and doesn't want to brace the football world, this is match fixing at its finest, man. Come on, man.
Something in a
But let's
something.
not go
I
there.
agree with
Strong
you.
Let's
words,
not
dear
go
Super
there.
Size.
Yes, let's
Match
not go
fixing
there.
is
But
a very well controversial accusation there. I'm not
no,
sure
but
I
if
would go
no,
as far as to say match fixing. I would just pretty much
I would
I would
go
boil
there.
it
You know
down to
why
just
I would
some bad
go there?
refereeing decision.
No, I would go there because if we had this multi-million dollar thing that we installed in football to remove errors, and even they are proponing such horrendous errors in such against one specific team, I guess we know that Brighton is punching them up their weight, so maybe
That is
there's
true.
some bitter blood. I know that maybe now the EPL needs to look into the referee program. I know that certain based on where you grow and the size that you will do support you can't ref certain matches. Maybe we need to look more into that because again, I'm proponing match fixing. Now, come on, Tottenham played atrocious. I don't know how they come up with a win like this, and Brighton is punching above their weights. In all honesty, so
Well, yes, definitely. Brighton has been one of the surprise packages of this EPL season, but I think deservingly so. They are playing good football. It's not as if they are
Yes, it
scraping by
is.
on results. They are playing good
yeah,
I would
football.
say they are a top team on merit. It's
Right,
not like
exactly.
oh they're smashing and grabbing victories here and there. They're a quality football playing side. I've seen them
yes,
outplay
but
Liverpool and other big teams throughout the season. So, I think that I wouldn't necessarily say match fixing, but I think that there's something there. And
no,
no matter how you quote it, there's something there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I guess Brighton isn't necessarily one of these big name teams. So,
no, that's the thing.
personally, what I
Not
feel
to
is
cut you.
happening though, Speedy, is that the on-field referee psychologically, knowing that there is a virtual assistant referee, is somewhat hesitant to make on-field decisions and then having those decisions overturned by the virtual assistant referee. I feel there is some psychological issue taking place in terms of these refs making decision. But what shocked me in particular was that none of these decisions was referred to the on-field referee to go and look at the monitor. That
That's
was the
the thing
shock.
because there's this inconsistency with VAR. I've seen VAR, say for instance, you have a blatant handball or you have a slight handball. I've seen where VAR would look at the blatant handball but not look at the slight handball, or they would look at the slight handball in the next game but not look at the blatant handball. There's so much inconsistency with VAR. I don't think that the referees were properly educated on how to use VAR. I don't think they were educated on the fact that it's still the first decision is still the on-field referee's decision, and VAR is just there to aid them. I think that these referees sometimes, for a lack of wanting to look stupid or not looking like they know what they're doing, they tend not to go to these things after making decisions. And I'm saying VAR is there to help you use the technology or get rid of it out of the sport. For one thing, that VAR should be eradicated from right now because it's causing way more controversy than it's helping the sport.
Well,
Waste of time, in
definitely.
my opinion.
Yeah, some strong words there. What I would say is it's not a perfect system, and I do still believe that it is getting more decisions right than wrong. But as you
But too much wrong.
mentioned, what we need now is
It's getting
consistency,
blatant
you know?
decisions, in my opinion. Decisions
Consistency
that
is the
are
key.
clear cut. It's nothing out of the norm. It's not like, oh, wondering how that happens. It's clear decisions that they're getting. So it doesn't really add as an aid to them or anything like that.
Yes, but outside of the controversy, I saw some good football being played by Brighton, to be honest with you.
Yes.
They created a number of chances, quality chances, possession, they were passing it around. And it's unfortunate that these refereeing errors, I would say, pretty much cost them the game and cost them that 3 points and place a dent on them pushing for that top 4 position.
Brilliant. So with that, with what you just said, wouldn't you that would be the proponent from fixing? I mean, it was playing out. We could understand. We understand the Daniel Evian and the task that old Englishman like him would have with the. I see it too. Really, Tottenham is unimpressive this season. So for them at home, for a side like Brighton, that is 2 spots below you. Come on. I don't.
Well, you need more evidence, super size, to just be showing match fixing out there, You need more evidence. But I can understand your point, and, as you say, with some blatant errors, high profile game, both teams pretty much are going head to head in terms of finishing the top 4, you would want some good refereeing decision. So I can understand your frustration, but personally, I would not go so far as to say match fixing without further evidence. It would just be you talking, really.
No, but yeah, remember, there will be an investigation done. If it's months are down the line, maybe we'll understand that maybe because remember, it's psychological, as you mentioned prior. So a referee might be swayed because of the home club that he supports. So these are the real things that the English Premier League referees go through. They have to disclose the personal size, affliction to club and all of those stuff. So things like this don't. Yes, so things like this won't surprise me if years down the line, maybe 5 years from now when we're older, certain referees are called out because if VAR is there, it's interpretation. So I don't like that the referee is on the field and he has somebody over the side. I've never liked it. I like the error in football for one reason.
Exactly.
It's a human.
Let it be human error. It is a computer and it's serving no purpose.
That's a debate for another time, That's definitely a debate for another time. But let's segue across to the big game, the big one that everyone is talking about, Liverpool facing off with Arsenal at home. And we saw this one boiling down to a 2-2 draw. I myself called this result in the preview. I must say I got this one spot on. But Speedy, talk to us. How did you see this game?
Well, Arsenal played ball for 30 minutes. Surprisingly, Liverpool played ball for another hour in the game. I don't know where that performance came from, but I don't think Granit Xhaka learned from Arteta's mistake last year. He didn't. You can't go to Anfield and rile Anfield crowd, especially when we're wounded. And after that, it was a different Liverpool. We looked hungrier. We were first to pass. We were creating more. And I mean, in the second half, it was total domination. We should have had 4 or 5 goals in that game. And I am really, really, really disappointed. I didn't want to join that game. I think that's curtains for top 4. I must say that Trent had a very good game going forward. I thought also Konate was man of the match, was excellent. He was everywhere, breaking up tackles, making plays. And closer to the end, I think he could have won it. So, I thought it was vintage Liverpool from last season. One has to wonder, where has these
Well, yeah, Liverpool has been hot and cold all season, It's hot and cold, and I think, as you said, it was pretty much that Xhaka Trent incident really just acted as a catalyst to really, I guess, push the team on. But it's been inconsistency. Liverpool have been consistently inconsistent all season. So don't be surprised if the next game you see a stale performance, a
Yeah,
lethargic
because
performance.
if we use the Bournemouth 9, nobody
Exactly.
could have told me that we wouldn't have carried on from there. We didn't.
That
If
is
we
it.
use the Manchester United game 7-0, if anybody told me that we wouldn't have carried on from that, I would not believe it. So I don't know. This team is just very disappointing this year, and I honestly can't wait for this season
Okay.
so we can
But
reset
super
and
size,
come back.
what does this mean for Arsenal title push? Does this change anything?
No, no, this doesn't change anything. Nothing is changed. All I see was a side that saw that Xhaka, an incident sport Anfield just became Anfield. That's all that happened.
Mm.
Mohamed Salah again. I think they got elephant in the room that no one wants to talk about.
That Miss
Mohamed Salah
PK.
on the wrong side of 30. Back
Mm.
to back. Yes. So I think maybe Liverpool needs to think about letting go of Egyptian now. You
Cashing in.
can't have a rapid urgently. You can't have a world class footballer on that level at that moment, knowing what that penalty means to side and not only to the side, to in the league, in the game also. Come on, Mohamed Salah unimpressive this season. Vast over. It's coming to the forefront that he's seen that man is the real talisman at Liverpool, it seems. That's an argument
Well,
for
the team in general hasn't been playing well, but in terms of this performance though, Speedy, how did you see Arsenal? You made mention that Arsenal came out of the blocks for the first 30 minutes and then Liverpool reacted thereafter. But how do you see this performance from Arsenal? And indeed, how do you see them responding and, that running with City? It's now what? They now lead City by what, 5 points or 6 points?
6 points
With
because City
City
got
having
game
a
in hand.
game in hand and yet to face
yes.
Arsenal.
I think that's curtains for the title for Arsenal. I maintained from the
Curtains.
beginning of the season that I didn't think Arsenal would win the league. I still
Curtains for
maintain that
Arsenal.
they're not winning this league.
Wow.
I
Wow.
think that the next game against West Ham will be a good measuring stick for Arsenal fans, as a whole. Because I think that's a very hard place. Is it at West Ham, if I'm not
At West Ham,
mistaken?
that's right. At West
Yes.
Ham.
I think
Away,
that's a
it's
very hard place to go. It's a London derby. West Ham aren't
mm,
really playing well. So I
right,
think
right.
that would show Arsenal's mettle if they were able to go there and bounce back.
But you're
But
saying curtains for Arsenal, Speedy.
in all fairness, I think that this is what Pep Guardiola wanted. And
Speedy.
he will win that game against Brighton and he will destroy Arsenal at Liverpool. That is my opinion.
Curtains for
Okay.
Arsenal after a draw at
Curtains for the
Anfield.
league. We have been in a title race with Manchester City over 5 years. We will
Wow.
not draw in the tail end of the season when you're going against Manchester City. You win or you
Okay.
lose.
Strong words there, Speedy.
Or you lose.
Too strong.
Strong words there. Strong words there. You're sure it's not a overreaction to, Arsenal gaining a
I
point
would
at
say,
Anfield? Would Arsenal
I
have
would
taken a
say,
point, before the kickoff, do you think?
I know that Arteta went into that game telling his team that listen, we haven't won here in over since 2015, 2016, if I'm mistaken. We need to get a result today. We are going for
Right,
the
right.
title. Today is a very important game. And he would have not probably put the pressure on them to say that, oh, if you don't win, this is going to be the end. But deep in his mind, having been a prodigy of one Pep Guardiola himself, he will know that, in the tail end of the season, Manchester City is a monster. Once
Mm.
they galvanize, once they get their fans behind them, once they see a possible push for a title, they become a different animal. And I have absolutely no doubt that they will win their remaining games. And if Arsenal perhaps, drops points against West Ham or Newcastle, then they will act accordingly as to how the chasers
So you're
or the
saying
leaders
you feel the pressure will get to Arsenal and they will falter
has gotten to
under
Arsenal. The pressure has gotten
has
to Arsenal.
gotten.
You don't go to Anfield,
These
change
are
the
some
side of the pitch
controversial thoughts there,
and
Speedy.
play
Hold
ball
on. This
for
one, the
play
serious.
ball for 30 minutes. That doesn't work. You
But
are a title
Super
challenger.
Size, just to bring in at this point, dear Super Size. I mean, looking at this game, I mean, from a tactical point of view, Super Size, what did you see from either team tactically?
What I saw was Liverpool and Arsenal. What I saw was side in form and I said I can catch form. So when I saw Saka and Martinelli, let's be real, the game open-ended.
Right.
What?
End-to-end
Yes,
game. Action pack.
yes. So far to say, so for Speedy to say the game was half an hour. I think that's disrespect to Arsenal, the title winners
No,
of
if you're,
this
and
year.
you must have been
Hold
watching a
on, hold on.
different game.
Hear me
You
out,
must have been watching
hear
a
me out,
different game.
hear me out, hear me out. The thing that we need to understand is that Arsenal is a side that plays, it has youth. What Xhaka did was just, he didn't do that maybe when he's speaking of Liverpool in that game,
I agree with you. I agree with you. That was
yes.
the spark
So
of
when I see
Liverpool
Arsenal
turning
and
up.
Speedy is also speaking that City, come on, City is just a football team that scores goals and does at any time. City can score 5 today and or any tomorrow. So
Uh,
facts? You
Well,
don't believe that?
getting back to
I,
this game, Super Saiyan, you seem to be
No,
taking the
no, no,
discussion,
no. I would have I
to
would
a
have been
different
honest.
level.
yeah,
No,
I
no,
guess the title
no.
charge.
You're speaking. No, you can't say Arsenal. The thing is, it's so funny that every below Arsenal has not been in the top four. Everybody below City has not been up for the last 3 years. It's so shocking to say that a side that is top in the league would not believe when Newcastle, Manchester United, and Tottenham have 4, Arsenal, Brighton, and now I see Liverpool at 8. So for you to say that a side is not quite there when I saw was 8th place just catching fire based on the index at Anfield, catching momentum. Come on. So that is disrespect to Arteta and the whole Arsenal fans for the whole
I
season.
disagree
We've been
wholeheartedly.
champion in the loss. Come on, so
Well,
and
we,
so
we, we, we understand your point there, Super Size, but let's not dwell on that.
yes.
Let's zoom in now. Let's talk
No,
football.
no, a matter of
Let's not
dwelling, but
talk
come
banter.
on.
Let's get back down to the nitty-gritty of the game. Arsenal went 2-0 ahead, Speedy. 2-0
And
up.
I think they had a chance in the first minute of the game as well.
Right.
The
That's right.
Martinelli. Yes.
Yes.
So I at 2-0 I was so disappointed, saying typical Liverpool
Right.
performance.
Definitely.
Arsenal were moving the ball quickly and creating,
Yeah, because
openings.
even in the preview, we spoke of whether we'll see a hot Liverpool or a cold Liverpool, and definitely for this
For
game,
30
they came
minutes
out
it
of the
was
blocks
freezing.
very cold.
It was freezing for the first 30 minutes. But,
Exactly.
Granit Xhaka, added a bit of magma to the ice and painted everything at Anfield. So, the
Yes.
real devils came out, and barring poor finishing, as I said, we would have won that game for five.
Yeah, definitely.
5-6,
I feel the
5-7.
Liverpool players would have left that game feeling disappointed they didn't win based on the number of chances they created, some
Exactly.
magnificent
And
saves which the goalkeeper had to pull out, and the fact that Salah even missed a penalty. I mean,
even
So how
going
is
back
that?
to that
So how is
Salah
that?
penalty, I mean,
Maybe that's the problem. We're letting Liverpool off the hook too much. Come on. As I said, Salah is on the wrong side of 8. I have a strike, the hottest thing on earth, supposed to be. And at that point in the game, you miss newness
who is
and
that?
so much. I mean, Liverpool,
Who is
at some
that?
point, we got to be real. Klopp
Who is that?
needs to feel.
Who is the hottest striker?
No, Klopp needs a new midfield. Konate is not a good defender. We can twist it, we can turn it. He needs the midfield. They are two. Let's be
I'm
real.
not Super Size. I'm not sure if you saw this game. You seem to
Did
not
not
have
see
watched
this
the
game.
game
Are you watching
because
this
No.
game, sir?
Kanate was
All I
a
saw
rock at the
was
back in this fixture.
who? No,
Kanate,
and 2 and 30.
aerial challenges, tackles, one interceptions, clearances. Kanate was a rock around the back there for
Yeah.
Liverpool. Man of the match
And
performance.
no, Juan.
And as
he's
Speedy
a rock.
mentioned earlier, he could have stolen the points with that last chance where off the chest. If the ball was just a little higher, he would have headed it in the goal,
Okay.
but it just came a little low and he had to adjust and chested it and the keeper made a save.
Okay, so we're saying that Arsenal Liverpool game down to Connecticut make a goal line say that's all that in the game.
No.
What I saw was
That's
It,
not
it wouldn't
that's
be
not
that black and
all,
white.
but
Superstar.
that
no,
was
Black
just
what
and
I'm
one
white.
saying is
Contact.
instance where, the game could have been turned from a draw into a win.
Yes.
so what of Arsenal's end? Come on, we're saying that Liverpool dominated the game. Come on,
Dominance,
multiple occasions.
dominance. Anyone would
16
but
shots,
agree
my
it
friend.
was the keeper
Liverpool
who
took
really
16
saved
shots.
Arsenal.
in the last
6
10
on
minutes.
target, 10 off target. You need to check the
All right, hold
statistics
on.
for the
So
game.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. You're saying to me that Liverpool played at such a high level that Arsenal was happy to come away with a draw.
At that
I
stage of the
think you
game,
guys were
yes.
beyond
At
lucky to
at
leave the
that
game
stage
with
of
a
the
draw.
game.
Beyond
We even
lucky.
saw
Okay.
Arteta making some defensive changes to pretty much somewhat
Exactly.
lock shop at that
Putting on
stage.
Courier who
Right.
took
Yes,
out
because
Fernandez
Exactly.
in the middle of the field.
It
yes,
goes to
but
show his
That
mentality
have been a
that he
heart.
was looking to, tighten things up and limit the chances being created.
well,
But anyhow, gents, I'll get your final thoughts on this weekend's action. So I'll give you an opportunity to go ahead, Speedy, and give us a quick final thought on the weekend's action.
As I said, for the first game, smash and grab for Spurs. Let's see if they can finish in the top four. As it relates to Liverpool, Arsenal, as I've earlier maintained, Arsenal will not be winning this league. I fully expect Manchester City to catch them sooner or later. I'd say that's probably curtains, barring a miracle. Liverpool can finish in the top four. So, I'm just looking to enjoy the rest of the season. Hopefully my team can start putting a bit of performance together. Take Salah off penalties, stop starting certain players. And, we see how it goes from there.
All right, Speedy. All right. Supah Size, what's your final word on what you saw during this weekend of football?
what I saw this week is just what I've been seeing all season of Arsenal. A side that putting together, play as they go. So going up to and a side like Liverpool. Yes, not been playing good this season. So, but does have the capability to turn on a dime, which we did see in that. So coming away from the Anfield with a draw, I don't think it's a less than a good feeling should coming from the Arsenal. The whole them came out to. Going on bigger meet them that Arsenal push forward this league, I will be more realist and more optimistic than my fellow coach Speedy. Man City will win some games, but that game against Arsenal, I don't see them winning that game. Eric Collar will be in Holding's back pocket. Go moving forward. The top four looks good. I do not see Manchester United in it. Well, I don't Newcastle United in it. That's it. Moving forward, I don't.
Well, some controversial views there from both Speedy as well as Supah Size, Another exciting weekend of football action has come to an end, and definitely games keep coming thick and fast. Another exciting week coming up ahead of us. We have some Champions League action in midweek as well.
And City will be in that.
Well,
Yes.
again, viewers and subscribers, thank you again for joining us. Remember to view, comment, share, subscribe. My thanks goes out to Speedy as well as Supah Size for coming on board and of course sharing their thoughts and their opinions. Some very controversial opinions this week, I must say, but my thanks is extended to you guys. And until next time, and again, thanks to our viewers for tuning in and, continuing to share the platform and helping us to grow. But that's all the time we have. So until next time, this is Rafa signing off.